How much scotch have you got through?
Yeah, I've got good reason.
I know what's happened. Rob phoned me at the restaurant.
Oh, kind of him.
He said he'd left you brooding in the office.
Well, he's a bit behind the times, isn't he?
Scotch won't solve anything.
Fancy one?
Yes. Gin and tonic, please. I'll do it.
No, I'll do it. I may be a poor judge of character, but I'm a great barman.
So, what did he have to say for himself?
Not a lot.
Not a lot he could say.
No.
Peter told you.
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry, Matt.
I wish it could have been Rob who told me.
I should have told you.
Why didn't you?
I knew you'd be upset. God knows I was upset enough myself. Especially when that boyfriend of his came to pick him up at the restaurant.
Oh, aye. And, who's that?
Rocky Rowlands. We met him at Claire's dinner party ages ago. Joanna Nash works for him. I assume that's how they met. You know what disturbs me? That all this was going on under our noses. Perhaps we were naive not to have noticed it before.
Well, notice what? There's damn all there to notice. I mean, Rob's like most young chaps you meet, isn't he? There's nothing pansy about him.
There were signs, though.
Aye, what?
Well, he didn't have any girlfriends.
I didn't have any girlfriends at his age. I'm nothing steady. There's time enough for that.
Well, anyway, now it's out.
Yes.
And I don't mind admitting I'm relieved.
Cheers.
Oh, thanks. Cheers, Matt. I'm sorry you had to hear it from Peter. Did he say how he'd found out?
I think he said something about Mike Nash. I don't know.
Ah. Well, thank you, Mike Nash, for a marvellous farewell present. Peter made capital out of it, no doubt.
Ah, aye.
The swimming sessions.
Load of rubbish, of course. I mean, just because he's queer doesn't mean he goes for 8-year-olds.
Possibly not. But it's still ammunition for Peter.
My dear man, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm just washing this door, Dad.
What for?
Well, as you know, one always tries to leave places as others would wish to find them.
Yes, but that definitely does not include washing doors.
But I've nearly finished now.
George, you ought to put that bucket down immediately. That is no way to spend your last afternoon on these premises, please.
Oh, well, whatever you say.
Hmm.
But I've taken the afternoon off from the bank and I've nothing much else to do. The tea chests are all over the road at number 1. There's only the big stuff to go tomorrow.
The Patels are standing by.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Ramesh. I do appreciate it, I assure you. I mean, most of you are in the retail trade. Saturday must be very inconvenient for you.
We shall manage. Besides, if you and Cliff attempt it on your own, you'll probably slip a disc or something.
Yes.
No, it is all arranged.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, oh, I'm a rotten host, aren't I? Ramesh, do sit down.
Very kind of you.
I'll put the kettle on, shall I?
Oh, no, please don't bother. I shan't be staying long.
Oh, right you are.
Munji will be moving in here,
I thought he might.
and 2 of his cousin brothers.
Yeah, splendid.
They will be helping him in the shop, so it will be very convenient.
Yes.
It looks quite denuded, doesn't it?
Yes. I'll be leaving the curtains and the lampshades, by the way. Well, most of them. The Nashes included their fittings in the price of the house, so I've got all that sort of thing over there. Anyway, these wouldn't fit.
You're moving up in the world, George.
You could put it like that, I suppose.
It's a much bigger house.
Yes.
You're not sorry to be leaving here?
Oh, no.
The end of a chapter in your life, eh?
And the start of another. The story goes on, doesn't it? And Cliff and Shirley are there, and Arthur Tyson will be coming, my old friend, you know. And there'll be all the youngsters, the tenants. Oh, there'll be a positive houseful. I'm looking forward to it, rather.
So, we haven't driven you out.
Sorry?
Munji, our lifestyle.
Oh, you mean the joss sticks and the sitar music?
And the garlic and the curry.
Well, I could have done with a little less of the music, maybe, but no, you haven't driven me out, Ramesh. I bought number 1 because it was the right thing to do. And I reckon I'd have done it with the sitar music or without it.
I suppose I'd better go and phone Peter.
What you going to tell him?
I don't know.
Not much point then, is there? Till we get things sorted out.
Well, I can't just sit here. Jeremy will be back soon.
Question.
Yeah?
Do you think there's something the matter with me?
What do you mean?
What makes me like these kids so much?
What?
It's not just Rob. There was Ginger, too. He thought I was after him.
No, he suspected you because nobody had ever been kind to him before. Anyway, Ginger was a lout.
And Rob? Same story as with Ginger, isn't it? You think I'm turning into a dirty old man?
Is that what you think?
Well, I'm beginning to wonder.
Oh, Matt. You are such a fool.
What?
Anybody left?
Well, then why did it...
You must know the answer to that.
Yes, I think I do.
Isn't it fairly obvious? Ginger was just like you were as a boy.
Oh, a lout, you mean? The pair of educated feet that work flipping magic with a football.
And no one to promote that talent but you. Ginger and Rob are just extensions of you. There's nothing unhealthy in that.
I had such plans for Rob. You know, he could have run this for us, the whole shebang. He's got the drive, the know-how. He even feels about the place like we do, doesn't he? Really cares. He wants what we want. And if there's something goes a bit haywire, he can put it right.
You still can, Matt. The only thing that's changed is now we know.
Right.
Is it all that important?
It will be, to Peter.
So what are you suggesting?
You tell me.
Must be easy for him to find another job.
Well, not easy for us to replace him.
So why do anything?
I'm not interrupting, am I?
Oh, no, please, come on in.
Oh, I was looking for you over at the shop, but Mandy said you'd come over here.
Oh, yes, I see. I'm just nailing down these loose floorboards.
Oh.
What can I do for you, Mrs. Brewer?
Oh, surprised to see me, are you?
Tell you the truth, I am a little. You know, after what happened to the Waggoners, I thought I'd offended you in some way.
Oh, bless you, no. I suppose I was just being a bit silly, but I am sorry. I was afraid I'd offended you. Oh, well, forgive and forget.
Of course.
Oh, you're a nice man, George. I can call you George.
Oh, well.
And you must call me Jessie.
Thank you, Jessie.
You never think the worst of people, do you?
I try not to.
Well, most people do. Can't wait to get their teeth into a nice bit of scandal. I suppose that's what upset me at the pub.
How do you mean?
Well, we've sort of hit it off together.
We have, rather.
And we've really become friends, haven't we?
I hope so.
Well, it feels like I've known you for ages. And then when Cliff told me you bought this house instead of just renting a flat in it, it suddenly dawned on me what people would be thinking. Middle-aged lady and the wealthy widower. Oh, it worried me, because it really isn't like that at all. No. You see, I've got a bit of money now from the sale of my cottage and the land. Not a fortune, mind, but enough.
Jessie, I always think of you as a very good friend, but perhaps I should be charming you for your money. I haven't got any left, you see.
Huh?
Everything I had has gone into this house. So, you see, if the gossips want to have a field day, they can say it's me that's after your money.
I thought I heard voices.
Hello, Arthur. You've met Mrs. Brewer, haven't you?
Yes, more than once.
How do you do?
Is this a social visit, Arthur?
Yes and no. I was rather hoping for a little assistance upstairs. I've got some more measuring to do. Peter's offered me £125 for an old carpet of mine at Minden Road, so I think I'll be able to buy a new one.
Splendid. If you'd like to go on up, I'll follow you in about 5 minutes.
Oh, no, listen, I've said what I came to say, so I'll clear off and leave you both to it.
Oh, you're sure, Jessie?
Oh, one more thing. I just happen to have 2 miniatures of brandy in my handbag. Why don't you have one each, huh?
Oh.
You don't mind drinking out of the bottles, do you?
Well,
I can see myself
Thank
now.
you very much, Jessie. Yeah.
Brandy, huh?
Yes. Do you mind drinking it out of the bottle? Or...
I think I could force myself this once.
Well, what are we waiting for, then? Help yourself.
Thank you. Your health.
Cheers. Oh. Well, it's all happening, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Yes. We'll soon both be in residence.
Can't come soon enough for me. All hell is breaking loose at Minden Road over the custody of Jeremy.
Oh, dear.
Lynn's just arrived there now. One of the reasons I came over here, to get out of the line of fire.
I haven't a lot to say to you, Peter, but I wish you'd handle things a little more delicately.
You mean my conversation with Matt?
Yes.
I was very angry, Lynn. Your solicitors...
That doesn't give you the right to burst into my home and make all sorts of unjustified accusations about the staff of my restaurant.
Unjustified accusations?
I agree to return Jeremy to you here immediately after Easter. I don't want him unsettled, and I don't think any useful purpose is served by uprooting him straight away.
Okay.
Apart from that, it'll give your father a few days to move out.
Well, that'll suit me fine. I knew we'd be able to reach a solution, and you didn't have much of a case, you know.
Sorry?
Whatever advice your solicitor's given you, I think you'd have found it very difficult to get the custody decision reversed, and it wouldn't exactly...
I'm going to have a good try, though.
I beg your pardon.
I'm returning Jeremy now to restore the status quo. I'm quite confident that in time I will get custody, and that that'll be the best thing for him.
You're serious?
I am.
You really believe that taking all this to court is going to be the best thing for Jeremy?
Well, you could always give in gracefully.
Oh, Lynn, how can you even suggest there's a proper home for him with you? No other children, a freezer plant on the go 24 hours a day, a Greek that teaches him pontoon, not to mention Rob Pengelly.
I'll be in touch again after Easter. And as for Rob, he's one of the family. Just like Jeremy. Matt and I would both like you to know that.
Do you think I've gone mad, Arthur?
Mad, my dear fellow?
Was I mad to buy this place?
I think it was a very good move. Would you pass the sherry?
Biggest step I've ever taken. Takes my breath away sometimes when I think about it. Here.
I don't think you'll regret it. Thanks. Yourself?
Oh, no. Oh, I've regretted it once or twice already. The way Cliff and Shirley reacted. And I did it for them. But it's no good expecting gratitude.
I'm grateful. A whole flat of my own again. Breathing space. No toys scattered around to be tripped over. No crying in the night. Friends under the same roof. Well, a friend anyway. George, it's going to be paradise.
Thank you, Arthur.
You've been more than kind to an old man, and I do very much appreciate it. Cheers.
Cheers. Yes, we're going to have some good times together, Arthur. We can play chess and Scrabble, watch television together, share meals, and still retain our independence, you know?
Splendid, splendid.
Yes, they're going to be good times.
One thing, though.
What's that, Arthur?
We're not going to be seeing too much of that brewer woman, are we? You know how she gets on my nerves.